I'm your host, Robert Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, presenting 7 ways why my ego tells stories I've never experienced. I liberatedly admitted to me I changed my life events, encounters, and everything about my life to coddle my emotions, insecurities, immaturities, feelings to soothe the ego, and my ego would tell a story making me look like the superhero. And then I would always go there and never ever understand what this real story was and how I was moving my life forward. So I changed the events. Therefore, I hid away from the responsibility, accountability, the wisdom, insight, and clarity, and all the free flowing energy to rise me out of yesterday to enjoy today. As I now realize and admit, my ego thinks I'm perfect, thinks imperfection, programming, and everything has to go my way, or I'd get mad, throw a fit, and be a twit, and all that other stuff. As my ego is my stubborn, hard-headed perfection programming. Ego perfection is false sense of control. The pursuit of ego perfection often stems a desire for control and approval by others and to look good in other people's eyes rather than feel the forthright frequencies of freedom within me. And I'd be constantly striving to appear perfect, and the ego attempts and does mask the insecurities, immaturities, and gain validation from others. And that's one thing the ego likes, is pleasing others. It's a people pleaser. And was I a people pleaser? Oh, hell yeah. But as I woke up to perfection programming, my imperfect inspirations rose me out of perfection programming, because it's more to be a little bit radical and having fun than trying to be perfect. And see, if you look at the world today, everybody wants to think it's perfect, but it's never going to be, because I'm imperfection. I'm athletically imperfect, liberated imperfection, invigorating my poise every day, realizing celebrations, tantalizing internal optimism now. By recognizing this behavior, allows me or you to address the underlying fears and insecurity, embrace your authenticity, your hellraiser's tenacity, and your adventurous audacity over perfection. See, the world education teaches perfection. Liberation shows you the way to liberated invitations, boldly energizing, rebellious, adventurous, trend-setting, innovative, optimistic now. See, now is all we have. We experience, we rise out of the past now. We invigorate color and image, our desired lifestyle on our third eye movie screen, using the world for the movie screen. But we are authentically adventurous with a trend-setting tenacity when we listen to the free-flowing energy of our spirit prowess, intuitive innovations, imaged inspirations, movie maker imagination, and we are the producers and designers and everything of our own life movie. As the ego puts limitations on everything, but it puts limitations on expansion, because the ego wants to be perfect and live inside of what happened yesterday, because our ego is self-imposed limitations. But ego perfection can limit personal growth, sovereign expansion, and innovative intuition, because the innovative intuition comes from here up. And when the focus is on maintaining a flawless image, there's little room for comprehending the wisdom inside of mistakes or our past. And it really shuts off embracing new experiences. By understanding imperfection is a natural part of expansion, enables you to develop resilience, adaptability, adventurous acumen, to rise, shine, and energize your spirit prowess. It also puts an impact on relationships because this is a big one. Because you think you're perfect, and whoever your spouse or partner or somebody else is, you start nitpicking everything they do because the ego feeds on perfection programming and can negatively impact relationships because you're always going to look at what the other person is doing wrong and never understanding and realizing all the good they do in their lives and do for you. And oftentimes your overthinking, egotistical overthinking, leads to unrealistic expectations, judgment, and shuts off the genuine connection with others. So by letting go of the need to be perfect, you can cultivate healthier and more authentic relationships within yourself and within the outer world. And then the relationship is built on mutual understanding and appreciation for your life. See, life is to be appreciated and never aggravated. And I was one of the best at aggravating them until I understand appreciation over acceptance and forgiveness, because appreciation is allowing you to go feel the divine good of you right here. See, some people say the body follows the mind. To me, the body leads the mind. Because when I feel good here, I can send them good vibrations up through the spine of divine and through my throat chakra and express my blessed way of life. And also, when you really open up to this, you start realizing the ego is self-manipulation. And that's what it is. The ego manipulates you into thinking you're right, the other person's wrong, it has to be done this way. It shuts off the liberating expansion of your own outcomes and lifestyle. The ego is a good thing in some ways, but the ego controls us to keep us into our own stubborn, hard-headed way of life. And if you look at the world, and you can see the way the world is stuck in the ego of other people because it has to be done this way. And the history of the world talks about domination and things like that. We've never been taught the wisdom of history. We've always been taught the ego of history. Stubborn, hard-headed, control, war, pillage, plunder. The liberation of history is listening to the old events, questioning, and then comprehending what was holding us in the place of yesterday in other days. And understand that self-manipulation stems from internal factors such as thinking, beliefs, viewpoints, societal conditioning, institutionalized education, third world enslaving mindsets from business. And we always stay inside that because that's what our ancestors did. We actually stay encompassed in a third world enslaving mindset because we're always trying to dominate something and we think our way is right. And then we think business and education have the path forward. Business and education is taught from the people before us that were indebted and enslaved in control and pillage and plunder. So by understanding these factors, you can take and facilitate and participate of your life and liberate yourself from your self-imposed limitations and all limitations. as all limitations are self-imposed and stuck in my subconscious mind, in your subconscious mind. And see, the subconscious mind is an automatic follower because the subconscious mind will follow prestige. It likes prestige. And so when you think somebody is really wise and smart, you automatically follow them because your subconscious mind does that. But here's the thing. Are they wise? Are they smart? See, we've been taught that if somebody has education or something, they're smart. But education never teaches communication and realizing everybody in the world understands one nugget of wisdom you don't. And the subconscious mind lives in the past. It's what you always done, and the subconscious mind never understands time. That is for you to listen, witness, and observe and view right now, in the right now. One thing about understanding and embracing adversity, challenges, chaos, adversity is innovative expansion. When you open up to view adversity, challenges, and mistakes as unique, life-expanding events, encounters, and experiences, they offer valuable visionary epiphanies for you to rise out of yesterday and open the door of your adventurous ardor to be chauffeured through life with the greatest of ease. And rather than try to be in the experience, embrace the experience to rise of wisdom, insight, clarity, spiritual poise. Forever will take you forward in life. And see, I took the word transform out of my life because I'm an electrician. Transform is sideways. You bring in, like when we was doing electrical, we bring it off the power lines, the public utility at 500,000 volts, step it down to 13,000 or 12,800, step it down to 480, 277, 208, 120, and on down. See, transformation just spreads it out. But when we wanted to turn on the system, we energized it. But however, something come to me. What if we turn the electrical circuit around? A problem comes in at 12 volts, the wisdom, and we just step it up to 500,000 volts of wisdom. See, the thing people have the biggest challenge is understanding their wisdom, insight, clarity, courage, confidence, audacity, and acumen to rise, shine, and expand through life with ease. My favorite is letting go of trauma and drama. Trauma and drama are a habit of yesterday. When we was younger, we got traumatized, we did. But as we grew older, we started to understand if we go into trauma and drama, we get sympathy. And that's something people seek, is sympathy from others. Then we create the habit of anytime some little thing, then drama and trauma become boundaries. And anything outside of that boundary, you go in to be a panic fanatic. And once you realize that trauma and drama is just a boundary of your own limitations. And I've went to some classes and they said, get a window of tolerance. Hell with that. I want a window of panoramic views of vigor. Because the only one that can keep me inside the window of tolerance or do anything that holds me back is me. But when I open up to understand, every day of my life is a liberating invitation, fostering, emancipating events, encounters, and experiences, and out of everywhere dares for me to rise, shine, and experience my life my way. Life is a liberating experience. However, we've been so taught, we taught ourselves to stay inside the stories the ego tells. The ego, I've really, when I wrote this, that was a big, big awakening for me. I started realizing how much the ego likes to tell lies. It does. And then if you listen to people that you've been around and everybody gets into this, I've done this, mine's one size, my story is bigger than your story, that's the ego. And I laugh at this when I hear somebody say it. Then I have to be really keep myself, have to really pay attention within me. Am I going on an ego story or I'm going on my spirit nowography? The nowography is what's happening right here. I took a lot of the words out of my life, like autobiography, biography, and I tell a nowography, which is the present moment. And I also try to keep everything within 9 to 12 words. It's like going down the road, having a flat tire. Going on the interstate, you go across the interstate, down through the median, across the other ongoing traffic, almost hit a car, but you come back across, almost hit a semi, then down through the ditch, almost hit the overpass piling. Then you come to the rest on the side of the road. You can tell everybody about all this other stuff, but that just infatuates the story. But the moral is, had a flat tire, changed the flat tire, on my way. 9 words. The less you fabricate the story and embellish the story, the more you get your natural nowography of the authenticity of the experience. A lot of, you listen to people and then they start telling their story, of their egotistical story. And you can tell by when the story goes, because it gets kind of from a low, steady volume, then up into this one, and they start really embellishing the story. And then you can tell. If I'd probably just stop using the ego stories, I'd probably had to use 70, 80% words in my less words in my life. So now I really watch, because embellishing the story to the ego makes you more insecure, because when somebody questions that, you have to come and make another story, another story, where the authentic facts, 9 words, 10 words, you very seldom get questioned on that. And every time I tried to make a story to make myself look good, make something that unsavory happen look good, it never worked. Because they keep asking questions, and none of the questions always brought out the lies of the story. The ego lies, but it wants to make you feel good, so you look good in other people's eyes. People are more worried and want to look good in other people's eyes than look authentic in the mirror. I'd rather tell 6 words and look good, be authentic in the mirror, than sell 1,000 words and look like a liar to the world. By letting go of trauma, drama, embellishing the stories, and all the other unwanted crap in your life, you liberate you from you, and you stop being the victim. The more the ego can tell the story, the bigger the victim you feel internally. Then pretty soon you're full of victimitis, crapitis, which is nothing more than BS. And then mentally you become afraid that people are going to find out about the story. Then you become kind of insecure, immature in your presenting yourself to the world. This way you open up to a more innovative and exciting outlook on your life. But the more I understand this about the ego, letting go of the ego lies in my life, I liberate internal enterprising savvy every day. And actually, I have more confidence and courage when I'm in conversation or communicating with the world. By letting go of external influences, embracing your inner quietude, you energize your life with a sense of freedom, with frequencies of nowography and nowquility, allowing your natural talents and abilities to shine. Something I really realized in all this, I spent more time trying to look good in other people's eyes than feeling good about my abilities, agilities, and audacity. The ego steals your confidence. When you embellish a story to make yourself look good, you're actually dissolving and disqualifying your own talents. That's something I really realized in this. When you're out there telling a story and you've done this and this, you're always trying to one up somebody. Oh, I did that. I don't anymore, but oh yeah, I was always trying to one up somebody. Oh, I did this and I did that, and all I did was go splat. So when you're hearing somebody say something and somebody else comes in with a bigger story, that's the ego controlling your life of lies. The ego lies. We lie to ourselves to look good in the eyes of other people. One thing I really understand now is anything I encounter, experience, or that are out of my thinking, knowing, and knowledge comfort zone, instantly I put up the boundaries of insecurities, immaturities, and everything and anything I've always done. Then I started spreading the story of, oh, I did this. You should have been there. It's kind of like we rode down here to the water hole and we had to fight 30 bulls to get to the pond, which is all BS. But I mean, we really fabricate the stories to make ourselves look good rather than just tell the story one time, tell the nowography of the event to feel the courage and confidence to be who you are. When you have to make up a story to erroneously feel good about outcomes or your life, you're forever overlooking and avoiding the wisdom, insight, and clarity, and clearly listening to and never listening to the free-flowing inspiration, intuitive clairvoyant designs, and innovative sculpted chimes of your stunning successes. The more you tell the story of how that is, the more you're eating in yesterday's toxicity porridge. And something else I really understand, the ego life sucks. Well, when you rise out of the ego telling your stories of your life, you rise out of that, but you also rise out of the cynical programming that controls the subconscious mind, criticism and ridicule, and frozen in time representation, keeping your octave nerve between your butt and your eye alive, always always receiving a sappy, crappy outlook on life. It steals your dreams. And it always bestows you away in dismay. So I instantly, candidly, courageously communicated away all of yesterday's dismay by my lynx listening. Instantly instigates investigative question, swiftly, unconstrained, comprehensive acuity. As wisdom, insight, and clarity stream through me to send me through life with the greatest of ease, and awaken me to understand and admit my ego tells stories I never experienced to look good in other people's eyes, to feel like a hero internally was my fallacies of life. As my thrill seeker awakened to understand and esteem, my past is a fabled history of what I thought happened, leaving out the wisdom, insight, and clarity of life expanding foresight that was hiding in the center, because wisdom and insight are in the core of all your upheaval. And so when I opened up to that, I rose to enjoy my life with gusto. So once I understand, I listen, question, comprehend the wisdom in present moment, I get to express revelations of revolutionary, enterprising, liberating, visionary epiphanies for me to rise, shine, and enjoy my life. And I want to thank you. I am Robert A. Wilson with Cowboy Wisdom, and we'll see you tomorrow night, and enjoy your day.